Hello, my loves. Welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for March 20th to the 27th, 2022. So today we are kicking off Aries season with the sun's ingress into Aries at 11:33 a.m. ET, and this takes us through until April 19th. So Aries season always brings us into a new zodiacal year. Aries is the first of the 12 zodiac signs, which lights the path ahead for all the other signs to appear and have life. So there's this beautiful leadership, trailblazing energy that comes with Aries season, and we can really use this season to put ourselves out there, to summon our own fearlessness and to feel the fear and do it anyway. This is a very action-oriented season. So set an intention today to see yourself moving around these next 12 months in your power and really getting shit done that you want to get done. We have this beautiful conjunction today between Mercury and Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. So our intentions, our optimism, is really amplified today, a visionary quality that comes in with this conjunction. On the 27th, Mercury enters Aries until April 10th, and we are direct, we are thinking quickly, and we are more decisive than we have been for a while. So things are about to move very quickly, moving into this next season, and it's a time to get out of our own way. All planets are direct. Let's pull some cards for this week ahead. What do we need to know? Eight of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Hanged Man. So where are you stopping the flow of things? Where are you stopping the flow of your life by getting in your head and by maybe stalling in a certain way or being indecisive in a certain way? There's something that there's a decision that is highlighted here by the Hanged Man. Some new perspective is being created inside of us here with the Hanged Man, and we are very intent on sort of like being at an impasse in a certain way. With the Hanged Man, there's a lot of inner work happening inside of us, a lot of inner transformation that certainly can't be rushed. But with the Nine of Swords, we're making this a lot harder for ourselves than we need to. We're taking it all on ourselves. We're making ourselves feel trapped and isolated in our own thinking. We're maybe assuming the worst of ourselves, of other people, and we don't need to do that anymore. Aries season is coming in to grease the wheels of our creative imagination and help us summon new visions and help us see things in a new way. This is a time to take action. Remember that actions happen before thoughts change. We are ready to change our thinking and change our perspective in a much better way. Like, things are changing for the better, but we have to let that new energy in. This is a time for change. Like with the Eight of Wands, this is a lot of energy coming in and a lot of energy going out, and just really being in the flow. How are you stopping yourself from being in the flow? That is just like, you don't want to do that anymore. With the Nine of Swords, it's time for action. It's time to get out of an older mindset so that we can move forward into this beautiful energy of death, which follows the Hanged Man. Don't be afraid. Don't assume that you can't handle change and transformation. Don't assume that you can't handle uncertainty. Don't even get ahead of yourself too much. With the Nine of Swords, we worst case scenario thinking, running on repeat in our mind. Why? For what? It doesn't need to be that way. Prove it to yourself. Really getting out of our own way. If there's any card in the tarot that to me means getting out of our own way, it's the Eight of Wands. Just let it in. Just let it in. Surrender to the flow of the universe. Because it is time for change. What have you been mulling over the most? trying to get a different perspective, but it's just not quite working, just not quite fitting. Action changes everything. Give. If you've been, just in this critical judging mode, give of yourself. And if you've been going, trying to control everything and giving the most, then step back, stop, receive. It's time to switch our energy. Because things can change so fast, if we are willing to go with it. Worst case scenario thinking is stale and stagnant and a product of our imagination at the end of the day, We have a lot of creative capacity with our thoughts. We can use that to our advantage, our benefit. What if it was amazing? What if I didn't need to do it in the way that I think I need to do it, or the way that I think other people are doing it? What if I opened up to allow the universe to show me how to move into this next chapter of my life, this beautiful transformation that I've been delaying? You don't need to delay it anymore. The powers of our imagination are so real right now. With Mercury moving into Aries, things happen fast. Be really mindful of the words that you're speaking, how you're talking about yourself, how you're talking about your future, and how you're thinking about the options that you have access to right now. There's a lot of potential, a lot of options available for us now as to how we might move forward. And this can be almost paralyzing to be in the energy of the Seven of Cups, right? But in a different way than the Nine of Swords. In the energy of the Nine of Swords, there's this overwhelming sense of fear. And with the Seven of Cups, there's this, overwhelming sense of overwhelm at the possibilities. It's like too much abundance. And in the Nine of Swords, it's like too much lack. It's like real extreme. But at the end of the day, there's only here and now, right? Like we get so lost, we lose ourselves in the energy of the Seven of Cups when we're looking outside of us at all of these things. Don't lose yourself. Center yourself in your life. Aries is the sign of the self. It only knows what it feels. It only has that sense of just instinct. And with the Seven of Cups, this is very much like you won't know until you try it. You won't know until you try it. So try out. What you just think is probably what the universe wants you to do right now. Chances are, especially with Mercury and Aries, chances are, if there's that impulse and there's that sense of expansion, that sense of yes, there are gifts and treasures for me to uncover here in this particular path, then yes, we have to try new things this week. We have to try a new way. Let's pull an Earth Magic Oracle card here. As we start off a new season and a new year. Earth is waking up, giving us more of its energy. Vision quest. Who's going on a vision quest? A vision quest is a process whereby you spend a few days alone in the wilderness. Typically, you carry only water and some sacred items with you, and you spend most of the time praying or meditating. Many who have completed a vision quest assert that it is powerful and even life-changing experience and report vivid and profound revelations. It's said that the desert does not lie, so partaking in this can help you discover truth about your purpose, or at least give you some clues. It's time for you to go on a vision quest. Designate a place in nature in which to dwell, whether for a couple of hours or a few days. Spend the majority of your time while there praying and meditating. It's best to be in a location where you can truly find solitude, even if it's a quiet corner of a park for an afternoon. Wherever you go, take your question, concern, or challenge with you into prayer and meditation. Allow it to float around you, your consciousness, and watch what shows up. This is one of the more powerful cards. By drawing it, whatever other messages you may have received are amplified threefold. Y'all, so what do you need clarity on right now? Chances are, whatever it is that you are mulling over and becoming afraid of in your thinking is a really important part of your purpose. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't underestimate yourself and what you can create, what you can handle, what you can receive, and what you can give. Don't get in your own way. Don't get in your own limiting ideas. Open your heart and allow in new visions, better visions, more empowering visions. Sweet people, I'm sending you so much love as we move into this zodiacal new year. If you would like a reading with me, hit the link in my bio. Today is the last day for my Astro New Year mini reading option. It comes off the shop today, so get it up if you feel called, and I will see you in the next